Looking down on the Ojai Valley in Southern California, welcome to the GCN Show.
Welcome to the GCN Show.
Coming up this week, how much could the cycling season be affected by the coronavirus outbreak?
We've also got an update on the bike tech arms race at the Track World Championships in Berlin. We're going to look at a 70-year-old who's riding 100 miles every single day, and news of a new UCI World Track League, which will be brought to you by Eurosport and GCN.
This week in the world of cycling, we learned that only 5% of you think that Eddy Merckx would be working for Remco Evenepoel if he were riding today. That is according to our poll from last week's show in the app.
We also learned that Gianni Moscon is not a reformed character. At Sunday in Kuurne-Brussel-Kuurne, he was caught on camera throwing a bike at another rider, behaviour for which he was disqualified from the race.
And then after that, he was seen on camera riding along, taking off his race numbers, ripping them up and throwing them on the ground. Actions which resulted in a further 500 Swiss franc fine from the organisers for littering.
Yeah, not a good weekend for Gianni Moscon. We also learned that you absolutely love women's cycling. We were very happy and proud actually to be able to show you live coverage of the Women's Omloop Het Nieuwsblad on Saturday, and overwhelmed in fact by the amazingly positive response.
Yeah, great stuff that. We also learnt this week that POC's Star Wars helmets are incredibly fast. Not only are they the choice of rebel troopers trying to stop Darth Vader from boarding their ship, they're also the choice of the Danish national track team, who took a mind-blowing 3.5 seconds off the men's team pursuit record at the World Championships. Incredible.
Lapping when they were up to speed at 67 kilometres per hour. Absolutely ridiculous.
More on that later.
And finally this week, we learnt that top-level races in 2020 could be at threat due to the rapid spread of the coronavirus.
Yes, this has already seen cancellation of, well, the Tour of Chongming Island and some other UCI Chinese races, and was the reason why the UAE Tour was stopped with 2 stages remaining.
It was. Now, as things stand, we understand that RCS Sport have sent an email out to teams on Monday stating that their current spring calendar will go ahead as planned, but that it could change at any moment, which makes you wonder, could this start to affect the Giro d'Italia, or maybe even the Tour de France?
Or the Olympics. Bookmakers Paddy Power have even opened a market taking bets on whether the Olympic Games is going to go ahead. And at present, the odds of it not going ahead are shorter than the odds of it actually going ahead, suggesting there is a slight possibility the Olympic Games could be cancelled.
Well, big possibility, because they don't normally get odds wrong, do they? Otherwise they lose money. Now, our Italian presenter, Alan Marangoni, who is possibly the most Italian man in the world, was on the ground at the UAE Tour, where he, along with the rest of the race, so the staff, the riders and the journalists, were all in quarantine in their respective hotels. Here he is, reporting from the quarantine zone, i.e. his room.
Hi guys, we are here in Abu Dhabi in this weird situation. We are in this hotel from 36 hours. So the situation is weird but also sad, because we don't know if there are someone with coronavirus. And yesterday they did the test to everyone was here in a race, but so far we don't know nothing. And I think nobody has problem, but just for safe they keep us here. The hotel is locked down. You can't go out. You can't go out, guys. So
yeah, we'll leave that there, because Alan can talk the hind legs off a donkey, can't he? But you'll be pleased to know that he, along with most of the rest of the race, have now been allowed to fly home, except for 3 teams who've been asked to stay there in quarantine until further notice.
Yeah, and this has all been done in an effort to stop the further spread of the virus. And further races are in doubt because, I mean, having lots of people fly from different parts of the world into one single small location, mingle around, and then fly back all over to their respective parts of the world isn't deemed the most sensible thing to do during an outbreak. And in fact, actually right now, I was supposed to be at the Taipei bike show. However, that too has been cancelled.
So, is it right that all these events are getting cancelled? or is this overkill? You can let us know your thoughts on that over on the GCN app by taking the poll there and letting us know what you think.
Yeah, I think we should have a look at a few sort of key statistics to do with the outbreak. And the World Organization has some stats on this, which we found compiled on the Worldometer's website.
Interestingly, infants don't seem to be affected at all by the coronavirus, but those at the other end of the age spectrum are most at risk. So over 70s, there is currently an 8% death rate in that age category. You move to the over 80s, that increases to 14%.
Yeah, however, those aged between 10 and 40 only have a death rate of 0.2%. But one thing that's important to point out, it is actually hard to estimate this and compare it to other things, because those with very mild symptoms are unlikely to report it. And further, there may be the instance that people are contracting the virus but not showing any symptoms at all, and therefore just not reporting it at all.
It's quite interesting when you compare the figures though to flu. So I was looking on another website, and so far there have been 85,000 reported cases of the coronavirus worldwide. That was as of last Saturday, and just under 3,000 deaths as a result of it. If you compare that to flu, the numbers are really quite small still. So in the US alone, there have been 18,000 deaths as the result of flu.
And the big thing with the coronavirus is the unknown. At present, there is no vaccine, and it could take scientists conceivably a year to develop one, which means at present, the most important thing is that everyone just does everything they can to stop the spread of the virus, and that's why we're seeing sporting events being put at risk.
And if that leads to the cancellation of some of the world's biggest bike races this year, so be it. Of course, we'll be disappointed not to be able to watch them, but there are a lot of things out there that are bigger than bike racing, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, I've got a solution though. Just do the Tour de France on Zwift.
Yeah. Well, actually, you'd probably get more finishes, wouldn't you? There'd be far fewer crashes.
Yeah.
Next up, it is your weekly GCN Inspiration. This is the point at which you upload your inspirational cycling photos or videos to the GCN app, and we choose our favourite 3, all of whom win a prize. So without further ado, third prize this week, which is a black bobble beanie, goes to
Vino Latino. He's from Shreveport, Louisiana.
How do you know it's he?
They. Anyway, here's their photo. What do you think of that?
I love that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's in portrait mode because it doesn't look too good if you're watching this on a mobile phone, but I love the symmetry.
Yes, the sense of perspective. Classic perspective road shot.
Yeah, even symmetry with the lights.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like different models, but still.
Says he's doing a 100-mile ride that day. Nice.
Don't need lights that day either. Beautiful sunshine and bright blue skies. Well done to you. Second prize this week is 3 months free subscription to the GCN Club, so you'll get 3 pairs of socks, and that goes to Robbo Diesel. 1,200 kilometres of backcountry riding from the East Cape to the west on New Zealand's North Island. That looks epic, verging on raining.
It does look inspirational though. I'm inspired by the way that bike is loaded up.
It is fully locked and loaded, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm inspired to go and do some bikepacking there. I still haven't done a proper bikepacking adventure, and I really want to do one. I'm going to do one this year.
Where?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Maybe there.
Come back to us when you know more.
Okay. And first prize this week, winning a black classic hoodie, the plant-based cycling book, our very own, and a contrast edition baseball cap, is Pekka, who has got this evening ride on a lake in Finland, in Joensuu.
Yeah, it's a beautiful photo. Initially I thought that was a beach when I first looked at it, but he says these unusual winters provide some unique opportunities to ride your bike. At this time of the year there's usually 30 to 40 centimetres of snow on the ice, but this winter there has been long warm periods followed by frost and cold. That has made the ice on the lake almost snowless, and riding your bike on top of that almost effortless. With studded tyres, traction is also surprisingly good, and you don't have to worry about falling over. P.S. Good luck beating my Strava segment in a couple of months' time.
It's incredible. I think
lake riding.
Yeah, I think you should submit another picture of close-up of your tyres because I want to see them. They sound amazing.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. What an amazing photo
what
is.
A beautiful reflection in the ice. Ah, it's mega.
That was probably peak daylight at that point.
Yeah, probably was. Yeah.
Well, thanks to all of you who submitted your photos after the last week. Don't forget to continue doing so. We'll pick out 3 more of our favourites this time next week.
It's now time for cycling shorts.
We begin cycling shorts this week with the exciting news that we're going to be teaming up with the UCI and also Eurosport events to bring you a brand new track cycling world league.
We are. GCN are going to be promoting and also streaming the event. Eurosport will be televising it, and it's going to have a brand new format which should make it more accessible and bring in a whole new audience to track racing.
Yes, and as part of a reform to the track cycling calendar, it's also going to see the World Championships move into a new slot in October.
Yes, we will have more details for you as and when we get them. In the meantime, what I can say is that this is great news for track enthusiasts because you're going to have more coverage than ever before and you'll be able to watch it all here on GCN.
Moving on though, Dan, when I grow up, I want to be David Lloyd. I did wonder if he was a relation of yours, but then I had a look on Pro Cycling Stats and saw that
he's not a relation.
Yeah, well, he couldn't be.
I mean, we do have something in common in that we were both professional riders, but well, he was quite good actually, David Lloyd.
Yeah, no, he was. He used to ride for the TI Rally team back in the day, finished an impressive 23rd at the 1975 World Championships, and also won the overall at the Tour de Suisse, or GP Tel, as it was known back then. But despite now being in his 70s, he's still averaging an astonishing 100 miles every day.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's not just the average of the days that he's riding his bike, that's the average full stop. 100 miles every single day. Seriously impressive stuff. And one of the great things really about cycling, isn't it, that you can continue far longer than sports like running or other high impact sports.
Yeah, it is. Here at GCN, we love a crowdfunding campaign for a good cause. And there's currently a campaign running by Linlithgow Community Development Trust to build a 1 kilometre traffic-free closed cycle circuit in West Lothian, Scotland.
So the plans are for a multi-discipline facility at the Linlithgow Leisure Centre, which will provide a safe place to do road cycling, cyclocross, triathlon. Runners and joggers can go there too. They've even got Nordic skiing and inline skating plans apparently, so cater for all. There's a swimming pool already there as well, so triathletes and GTN will be well pleased. Yeah. Although looking at that planned circuit, there's a few tight corners, so they should probably just get a bit careful.
Yeah. According to the fundraisers, the mission is to create a community where cycling is part of everyday life for everyone, so that mental health and physical health can be improved.
Yeah, sounds like a really worthy cause to me. So if you'd like to contribute, there is a link to the GoFundMe page just below this video. Right, a couple of weeks ago here on the GCN Show, we talked about cycling's arms race. And never is that more evident than in track cycling in the year of the Olympics. Now, every game counts in the world of track cycling, which you know only too well, Ollie. And I've got to say that this new bike that the Australians are going to be using at the Olympics looks like a weapon.
Yeah, it's the new Argon 18 Electron Pro, replacing the previous version. And we'll have more details on it in the tech show, but it does have a few really awesome features, like these special shaped integrated sort of drop handlebars that help make your hands more aerodynamic, and this genius idea of an integrated sensor built onto the bike, so you don't have to stick a non-aerodynamic one onto the fork like they do on other track bikes.
Stunning looking bike, I've got to say, but I want to point out one thing, Ollie.
Yeah.
Earlier we talked about the Danish team smashing the world record in the team pursuit. They did it on the previous model. Just saying.
A bit awkward that, isn't it?
Right, we shall finish cycling shorts with a brand new giveaway courtesy of No Pins. Now there are 2 prizes on offer. The first of those is Dr. Oliver Bridgewood's used No Pins flow suit from his world hour record attempt. Why a used speed suit?
Well, the intention is it's not a prize that someone is actually going to use and wear themselves. I think they're going to frame it. Although I haven't washed it yet.
They've got to frame it, or we're framing it?
We'll frame it for them. I haven't washed it yet, so maybe the winner can decide if they want it washed or unwashed.
Anyway, top prize is going to be a custom no-pin speed suit. Now, in order to get involved and put yourself in with a chance of winning, all you've got to do is click on the link which you'll find in the description below, and that will take you through to a page where you'll have to answer a simple question.
Just to be clear, the top prize is a custom no-pin speed suit that hasn't been worn.
Yeah, brand new.
Yeah, brand new.
Anyway, what's the question, Ollie, that they've got to answer?
What is the material, the special material used in the no-pins flow suit?
Good luck. It is now time for hack/bodge of the week. And we're going to start with this one from Linkovic, who says, 2 weeks post broken collarbone surgery, I wanted to get back on the trainer, but I have to sit more upright with my left arm in a sling. Twisting the handlebars upwards gives a higher and closer contact point to my right arm to hold the bars. Plus, I use the Wahoo Aero out front mount to prop up my phone.
I think that's quite a clever sort of hack, to be honest. I mean, Graham O'Brien actually experimented with that when he was messing about with his wacky positions to do the hour record.
He didn't even have a broken collarbone.
No, he didn't even have it. And he was twisting his bars around and famously doing stuff to work out weird positions. So.
Okay, so because Graham O'Brien did something similar, that's a hack from
Yes.
you. Okay, well I'm going to go with hack as well because it does make you more comfortable, allows you to get back on your bike earlier than you might be able to do otherwise. And 72% of people agree with us, Ollie, that is a hack, those of you who voted over on the GCN app.
Yes, next one from William King, 46. He's uploaded a picture of Connor's bike. What we saying?
He said when they don't make frames big enough for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even Connor would struggle to get his...
Is that even real? Like, surely you couldn't ride that.
Well, you can't because there's no cranks on it. It's a balance bike at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a bodge to me.
It's 100% a bodge.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, in agreement again, 86% of voters saying that is a bodge. I do like the comment underneath that post on the app from Gianni Bianchi. Why not just buy the right sized frame? I get it if you're on a 60 plus frame, have to do that, but on a 52 centimetres frame, guessing, you're being silly. Tell us what you really think, Gianni.
He's taking it really seriously, yeah.
Right, next up, we had this one that came in from Davey Sprocket. Something shifty about these shifters, spotted at Reading train station, mountain bike rapid fire shifters on a road bike.
Ooh.
Do you know what?
Those?
I think, if that's something that he's found or been given and it keeps his bike going, his commuter hack, then I'm all for it. I'd say that's a hack, because I'm presuming that the other levers and brake levers and shifters were broken.
I used to live in Reading.
Cool story, bro. Yeah. Moving on, but is that a hack or a bodge for you?
Bodge.
It looks like a massive bodge. I'm going to go for hack with that one because, like I said, it's kept his bike on the road. But most people, Ollie, agree with you. 90%, in fact, voting that one a bodge.
Next up, we've got Kin Chan, who says he's fixing down tube shifters on his handlebar.
The theme going on here.
Yeah, he's from Hong Kong. It's like a handlebar special, this one. He's got Shimano Sante group set from his crashed retro road bike, and he's built a new bike with the 1980s components on it. What do you think to those shifters?
I used to live in Hong Kong.
Did you?
No, I didn't really. Just making that up. Look, very narrow handlebars, I think, on there. I don't know why I'm commenting on that, but
You're being sizist.
I think it's got to be a bodge, hasn't it? Down tube shifters like
They
that.
look like you're going to catch them with your forearms because they're coming out so wide relative to the hoods. I think that's a bodge.
Also, when the pros get in an aero position that they shouldn't be doing on their road bikes in pro road races, they're going to be shifting gears at the same time. Bodge from me, and it's a bodge from 69% of you out there as well. Right, moving on. This one came in from Johnny Will. Ingenious way to reuse old time trial bars. Sure, I've seen that picture before somewhere.
Yeah.
What are you saying to that one?
Oh, it's a definite hack. I mean,
Hack?
aero matters.
Do you get lawn mown quicker?
Think of the watts. Think of the watts he's saving there. His lawnmower will require less petrol.
I'm not sure it'd be
Use
less to push your
He's
lawnmower
making his
forward like
lawnmower more aerodynamic, therefore it's helping the planet, it's using less
that.
petrol.
He's not making his lawnmower more aerodynamic, he's making his position.
Well, he is, so that then therefore there's less air resistance when he's pushing it along, so it requires less.
Yeah, but that's him being more aero, not his lawnmower. Do you want to get into a full-blown
The
argument
whole
about this?
package is more aero.
Can you imagine fisticuffs on the GCN show between you and me, like a couple of slaps? Anyway, we seem to have diverted away from hacks and bodges.
Imagine have a poll in the app who'd win in a fight.
Well, that is a poll for you. Who would win in a fight between Lloydy and Bridgie? Let us know. We'll put a link in the description below. In the meantime, we've already got next week's hacks and bodges over on the GCN app for you to vote on for this time next week. I'm going to go and get training in the gym. Caption Competition now, which is your weekly chance to get your hands on a GCN Elite water bottle. All you've got to do is put a funny caption against the photo that we give you. Last week's photo was this one from the end of the Volta al Algarve of race winner Remco Evenepoel with Miguel Angel Lopez. And our winner this week is Johnny King, who put caption, Remco, bitter, Miguel. No, but I will have a little wine.
That's pretty good.
Clever old play on words there. Get in touch with Johnny on Facebook with your address and we'll get the bottle sent out to you.
Yes, now this week we've got this image, which is from the Mur at Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. And
initially it looks like an image of Yves Lampaert and Jasper Stuyven, doesn't
yes,
it? That is not actually the case.
Closer inspection, you can see myself and Connor Dunn cheering them on in the background on the Mur.
Okay, you're going to get us started?
Yeah, I think... So we were filming a video which is called How to Watch a Bike Race Like a Pro, right? So I think, how to watch a bike race like a pro, be 6'8".
Yeah, every little helps, as they say. Something. Although you're actually higher up, you've gone further up the bank
Yeah, I have,
in
yeah.
that photo. But I can imagine that Hank's behind Connor somewhere saying, what's going on? You can't see over Connor's head. It does help being that tall when you're watching a bike race, doesn't it?
Yeah, or going to gigs or the cinema or whatever else you do.
I spent quite a long time talking gibberish then to cover up what was a mediocre caption for this week. Sorry, Ollie. Anyway, you can leave your captions in the comments down below and we'll choose our favourite next week and send you out a bottle.
Comments of the week now, and under last week's GCN show about how would Eddie Merckx fare if he were racing in the current era, Chris Rogers put this brilliant comment saying, it's also possible that if he raced today, his entire career would be spent dragging Team Ineos leaders to the finish line.
Would they get past him before the finish line? Though? That's the question.
Probably not.
He might drag them all the way then and drop them just before the finish, knowing
Yeah.
Eddie Merckx. Meanwhile, underneath the Strava art video, Phil Gartman put, I love these kind of videos. Sometimes cycling can get too serious and these videos are a nice reminder that mostly it's just supposed to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Under 9 things not to do when you get into riding, Rick has written, I've been cycling for a very long time. I researched this video to see how many of these mistakes I've made over the years. The result, a perfect 9 out of 9. I think we've all made most of those mistakes at some point, although I've never put my helmet on backwards.
The worst thing is that I've made some of those mistakes twice. Don't even learn. I'm like 11 out of 9. Right, under the Phil Gartman video, with Jeremy over in LA and Hollywood, Ricardo Gonzalez put, where are Si and Dan? No videos from them in a month. Are they being phased out?
Sorry, man, I was going to tell you, but yeah.
I haven't been invited up here much recently. Been hogging all the videos.
Bit awkward.
Anyway, let's get on to what's coming up on the channel, which doesn't really involve me in science, actually, but I'll tell you anyway. Coming up on Wednesday, we're going to let you know how to calculate your FTP without having a power meter, which will be an interesting one. On Thursday, we've got our top 10 descending and climbing tips when you're on cobblestones. And on Friday, we're going to basically wrap up the cyclocross season, which has just finished, with our top 10 moments.
Yeah, and on Saturday, we've got an interview with Matteo Trentin, who's a super nice guy. And on Sunday, we've got our last man and woman standing from the Rad Race. Manon and Hank had a go at the Rad Race again this year, so be a good video, that one.
No spoilers, but Hank didn't do that well, to be honest. But made a good video, apparently, so make sure you watch it anyway. Over on the racing channel, some big highlights this week. We've got Le Samin today, actually, as this show comes out. But the weekend, it's a big one. Fingers crossed, Strada Bianca men's and women's highlights on that day. And then on Sunday, Paris-Nice starts, where Nairo Quintana and Egan Bernal will be doing battle.
Finally, Extreme Corner. And this week we've got a clip from Hank at the Rad Race, being pretty rad and extreme. Check this out.
Pretty extreme, that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, what's most extreme about it is that guy clearly chops up Hank and then shakes his head
I know.
like he's made the mistake.
What is he thinking?
That's extreme.
It is.
Extreme.
Right, well that is the end for this week's GCN show. Don't forget to get involved over on the GCN app with your opinions. Firstly on the possible cancellation of top-level pro bike races this year, but secondly on who'd win in a fight between me and Ollie.
Yeah. I mean, I am from the north. It's got to count for Summit.
Say that again.
Summit means something.
Right. Due to the rapid spread of the corona. Oh, we're counting now. We'll have this at the end.
Comments of the week now are picks from your comments under our videos over the last week. Starting with Chris.
Hence the comments of the week title to this segment.
Right.
Carry on.
Jesus. Whoa.
Was it 5-0?
Yeah, 5-0.